And we are back for some more King of the Castle. Go ahead and let people pop in. In fact, why don't we get the Dynasty up so that people can start joining in. We are continuing our Avatar Dynasty. So we'll go ahead and be up and let people start joining in as they do. The accounts won for a second time. Howdy, Farsight, how's it going? Let's see, how much money are you sitting on? 10,000. Holy cow. Well, that is an impressive bank account there, Farsight. We'll see if we can get you killed again so that there's Farsight 4. And howdy, Farron. Hello, it's great. That's excellent. Farron's sitting on even more, 11,450. Isovan with 6,600. How's it going, folks? And we got Fear 25 with a 1,900. Lots of horns as well. Third time is a charm. We'll see about that. I mean... So hopefully we'll get someone joining in as a count. Ragnarok will not be denied. So, I've been watching Kikoskia play as well, and one of the things that I've concluded is that it's really easy to decrease military and really difficult to raise it. So it kind of seems like, I don't know, that is like by far the hardest thing to raise. Faith is hard as well, but there's a couple things that just like make it skyrocket. It'll be like 5 points or something like that. I mean, they can always try. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, there's so many opportunities to lower military and so few opportunities to raise it. It's like the only real solid ways to do so are buildings. I think there should be some more events to raise that. Because I kind of feel like I'm not getting a military victory unless I start a new game. And like put in the Chiefs of the North and I think the March, the red guys, I think they're fairly militaristic. Good thing you have Scrooge McDuck money. That's true. That's true, you do. You do. We need fish air. I want fish air as well. I think the patricians have the strongest military this time around. Yeah. They got some boosts. Yeah, they got some boosts. I do enjoy the different ways that you can win in this game and how, like, you can have the, counts or chiefs or patricians can all be, Howdy, Title Rabbit, how's it going? There we go. Oh, interesting. It doesn't show the additional symbol on the little one. The little flag. We just get the colors and the shapes. You're gonna be in and out, so you may miss stuff. That is okay. That is okay. But you are in as a count, which I'm sure pleases you. Let some more people come in as well. That's your favorite. And Boneri the second with 3,500. So we do need another person to join in as a count. Not starting a new dynasty yet, then? No. I thought about it, and I was like, you know, there is an achievement for running through one dynasty for, like, 200 years, so, you know. Yeah, Title Rabbit will be able to choose the count scheme all on her own, and then and then leave to let the counts figure it out on their own. Anyone who joins in afterwards. Surrounded. There we go. We have a second one. 4850 money. Pretty nice. People better join then. Yep. Well, we'll get into the game in about 3 minutes at 4 o'clock. So we can get the choices made. For the Avatar and a reasonably decent Lord British, you can join for a bit. Howdy, Daphne McBrien. How's it going? And you are in as a count. There we go. Also a shame that you had to leave before you really ended up rolling in cash, as some folks did. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you just, like, join in and don't make any decisions, you won't get the free money ones, but, you know, you'll get the passive tax income and stuff like that, which is always nice. So it'll feel odd being a count. You're used to getting assigned to the grandees. And hams for the Lego Dragon. Thank you very much, Farron. Thank you very much for that resubscription. Howdy, Mr. Wolverine. How's it going? Mr. Wolverine, you could get in as a patrician. So again, there's no obligation to be here for the entire time. I mean, you know, when you're here and you have something to vote on, you can vote. If you got to step away or, you know, leave the stream early or something like that, it's always perfectly fine. There can also be a loss if harsh taxes are levied against you. That's true. That's true. You've entered a raffle for a Lego Avengers Tower. Nice. Yeah, I definitely do want that. Passive tax income is your second favorite income. Yay, passive income. It's almost as good as that exponential tomato income. How are you doing, Mad Martin? All right, Mad Martin in as a chief. 3,400 monies. No spiffy Amandra Kamandra beard, though, you know? You need that Amandra Kamandra hair. There's no shades, though. So, you know. But what are you gonna do, right? Alright, well now we need another patrician. So we get one more person joining in to get slightly more even numbers for the patricians. Still like that guy's name is basically yada yada in Japanese. Hope the B cult makes a comeback. So do I. So do I. Preparing for the pending ice storm, so you've been putting out ice melt. Nice. Just enjoy being the spectator, and that's okay. That's okay. That's your dad. That's true. That's true. But you can still, you know, you're a child of. All right, well, let's go ahead and begin. All right. So, we have our council introduction to begin with. Before we do that, we got 6-10-10 trade, 2-10-6 farming, 5-0-9 military. Actually, yeah, the patricians are doing really well military-wise. 5-0-1 faith, and 2-0-2 defiance. 5 authority, 5 stability, and 1,500 monies. All right, council introduction. Events have proceeded exactly according to plan. The throne is ours. Now just remember our agreement. In all matters of state, you shall favor the East. The East is supreme. What if I governed for the good of the whole kingdom? Let's go with that. Please, put these delusions of benevolence out of your head. It's embarrassing. We put that crown on your head. Don't make us take it away. You'll note anytime we try to Ragnarok, we lose, and also we get used by the other nobles when we're winning. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Alright, introduce ourselves to the chiefs of the north. Unusual for the chieftains to be the most devout. Yeah, it's very, very odd. Chief Aaron, good luck in the days ahead, your highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. And introduce ourselves to the patricians of the coast. Lord Patrician Icehaven. A pleasure, your serene highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And with that, the introductions are done. I mean, we've gotten really good trade, you know? The Archbishop keeps sending missionaries and all keeps annoying the council by allowing it with no vote. Yeah, I know. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile... What do you think? Will they be a good little monarch and do as they're told? What do you think, Title Rabbit? Too early to tell, but I have a bad feeling. We should have a backup plan, just in case. Just because of that, votes for Ragnarok. It's bound to hit eventually. Alright. Coronation time. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Queen Quinta, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Well, let's get this over with. Doesn't look like you, but you like her anyway. That's always nice. Shall we call the nobles in? Yeah, I mean, I really like the random generation of characters. They do a really good job with it, and the art style is really nice. Alright, so we can require that everyone wear black and listen to dreary Eastern music. Force the commoners to swear a blood oath. Throw the monarch into the river. Or the nobles must put on a vast banquet for the monarch. You know, we'd get some more farming. We'd get some more farming out of that one. The nobles must put on a vast banquet for the monarch. That's the monarch's choice. Go ahead and vote for what you think we should do for the coronation. So exclamation mark, vote, and then your A, B, C, or D choice, whichever one you want. You're voting farming for the good of the chiefs more than anything. Yeah, so I think that this queen, this monarch is a they, so that's why it's monarch. All right, looks like we're going to require that everyone wear black and listen to dreary Eastern music. Oh boy. You know, I wanted farming. I just wanted farming. Voting has closed. Yep, accidentally. I don't like that it can pass through so quick like that. If you're a little bit late on the clicking the button. Holding with Eastern traditions, you make sure that the coronation is a muted affair. Black clothes, whispered oaths, solemn music played on a pipe organ. The chiefs and patricians find it irritating, and the common folk, who'd been expecting a party, find it baffling and depressing. But by Xenia's ashes, tradition is important. And you guys didn't vote for throwing me in a river? What about tradition? Alright, the north and the coast are now grumbling, and stability is now teetering. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, the path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless of course they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. I mean, I could just rename myself to legitimate monarch, and it works. Counts aren't a fan of running water and bridges. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Alright, so we could go for Conqueror. We could go for Peacekeeper. We could go for, as the greatest monarch who ever lived, Authority. As a parent of a nation, Farming. As the architect of a new golden age, Trade. Or as a saint, Faith. So, obviously, architect of a new golden age would be the easiest one for me to go with right now. And you know what? I think that's what we're going to go for. We've had it before, but let's try for an easy win for me this time. A lofty goal indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. I mean, I considered military, and I probably have a decent chance with a 5 and a 9. The 0 doesn't help, though. Alright, end the season. Grimwald of the surrounded dynasty, a charismatic Eastern elder, leans delicately on a podium, speaking in a melodious voice. Most excellent, and Nicole now sits on the throne, and the counts are in charge, as they should be. But the other regions will already be scheming to depose them. Do we stay loyal to the new monarch, or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Alright, so, counts. Do you want to be a loyalist? Aid the monarch. That's exclamation mark vote A. Subterfuge, goal lower stability. Or possession, goal lower own defiance. Alright, so there's one vote for subterfuge, lower stability. now it's 1 and 1. Grimwald is a bit of an on-the-nose name for the count, yeah. Alright, 2 loyalists, excellent. Voting is closed. 2 nobles voted for a loyalist. Alright, so, it's good to have someone on my side. That settles it then. Long live the monarch. May they bring glory and honor to the east. See, look, counts. Look what I've done for you. 10 trade, 10 farming. Admittedly, your military is crap, but I'll help for that. Coin flip loyal or rebel is a pretty fun thing, too, though. But we can always change our minds. If Nicole ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of them the old-fashioned way, even if it's not our usual fare. Nicole didn't do that. That was one of the Vladenas. It's true, but still. You're really just here for the fish heir? I do want the fish heir. Fine, Finfolk. Awooga. The Count's goal is to aid the monarch by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the monarch produces an heir and completes their ambition. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. No fillet knives. Bad. Alright, patricians. Clementine of the Farsight 3 family, infamous coastal elder, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, explaining in measured prose. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Monarch Nico. Something must be done. After all, they're a pretender. Can someone keep an eye on Mad Martin? Oh, we always have an eye on Mad Martin. Alright. Sorcery, raise authority. Conspiracy, lower treasury. Or corruption, lower authority. What do you want, patricians? Or would you need the crab mallet? No, the crab mallet is for when we get the jeweled crabs. Alright, there's 1 and 1. I'll see if we get another patrician in there. Oh, no, actually we can't get another patrician in there. Oh boy. Alright, well, I think it's going to be a coin flip to see which one gets it. Voting is closed. Alright, conspiracy. Lower treasury. I7 gets it with the coin flip, I think. I think it's random like that. I'm not positive, though. The patricians plan to sink the monarch under an ocean of debt. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. Well, it's there already. Tana of the Mad Martin 8 clan, eccentric northern hero, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Dang it, Mad Martin. I knew we should have kept an eye on you. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter monarch Nicole. How do we make that happen? Alright, Doppelganger, lower own defiance, intimidation, raise stability, or Hornblower, lower all faith. What do you guys want? Let's see, there are 4 chiefs to make the choice here. Darn, no Ragnarok, nope. So we got 1 vote for Doppelganger, 1 vote for stability, for intimidation. All right, 2 for Doppelganger, and Mad Martin going to split the vote, but it's still going to be a 2. All right, Doppelganger. Guess I know who it attacks. Doppelganger, goal lower own defiance. The chiefs plan to swap the real monarch for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must keep defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. Alright. So you're already there. You're already there. So we gotta do something. And we currently have no heir. Alright, so, I'm not going to go with stop the count. Swing votes could be okay, but I think we'll go for reverse voting. See how that goes. Alright. So, a new trend, the Honor Guard, and... Is that Dangerous Roads. Okay. Well, first of all, let's get our Honor Guard.
Hello, your Madge.
Hey, it's Edel!
Wait, you're not Queen Quinta. They never told me someone new was taking over. That's just typical. Always leaving Edel out of things, just because he's a Trollden fool. Well, who are you? Or what do you do with Quinta?
Your Majesty, get behind me!
Oh, don't bother yourself. I was just leaving. Now that Quinta is gone, no one wants me here anyway.
He lumbers out of the room in a huff, pushing past the marshal on his way. No! No! I want my troll jailer! I'm so sorry. I forgot to warn you about him. The old queen kept him around as her jailer. Ninth only knows why. He seemed friendly enough. What did I do to him? Thank the ninth you came. I think he was about to eat me. He seemed friendly enough. True, but it could have been much worse. What if an assassin had got in? Or a less friendly troll? There should have been guards at your door. The Palace Watcher, incompetent fools as always. You need a real honor guard to keep you safe. A real honor guard to keep you safe. No. She still needs. She needs to play with her trebuchets. Let's see. So, tell me about the Northern Warriors. Bearded oafs with axes and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline at all, and I can't guarantee they won't run off on some random quest. But they're honorable and in a fight unbeatable. Alright, Eastern Knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. And the Coastal Gladiators. A gang of low-born crooks who've turned themselves into celebrities through their skill at chopping other people to bits. They're vain and selfish. Presumably, if you'd had an heir last time, there'd be fishmen honor guards? I don't know. I would love to hire the troll as an honor guard. Their skill in battle is undeniable, but can you trust them? Alright, I've made my decision. I'm not going to hire mercenaries. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. We should probably look at that. You don't want to get a hook in your mouth. Well, you know what? Counts, this is for appearances only. Don't worry. We're taking the Coastal Gladiators. Huh. It's a little buggy. How could you choose them? I think one of our accounts should be showing up there to say something. All right, Defiance in the north is now insolent. Defiance in the east is now cordial, and Defiance in the coast is now aloof. Could have at least asked which mercenaries were suggested. That's true. That's true. I could have checked. But I think it's always the battle-bitten brethren. Count Invisible, you're here! Yeah, we must be looking at them in a mirror or something. I will make the arrangements at once. The Count currently known as. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gather behind your throne and begin oiling themselves up. And it's definitely not because I want oily men and women behind me. No, no, it's definitely not. No. Why would you guys think that? Why are you looking at me like that? All right. Well, let's go check out the dangerous roads in the north. Chief Mad Martin. I got my eye on you. Wonder if there's a dynasty count for number of times an honor guard is chosen.
Your Highness, the merchants in the north are complaining about bandits.
You got a military of 5. Go do something about it, Mad Martin.
The northern roads are too dangerous to travel, even with guards. Gangs of highly organized, well-armed highwaymen will ambush merchant caravans and steal absolutely everything.
Alright, so we can pay a mercenary company to patrol the roads. That will increase trade, but it'll decrease our treasury, and we don't want that. Make a few empty promises and hope this all goes away. Defiance will go up and trade will go down. Offer a bounty on bandit scalps for some treasury. And send a battle-hardened regiment to rout the bandits. It's got a 40%, but you know what? Monarch chooses send a battle-hardened regiment to rout the bandits. It's worth a shot. See what happens. All right. Exclamation mark, vote A, B, C, or D as you choose. Sheesh, if that's all you wanted, you could have just asked who gets out the Pam spray. So Farron wanting me to spend some money, I see. Terrible. Alright, looks like we're going to send a battle-hardened regiment to rout the bandits. Voting is closed. Will luck be with me? No, it failed. You send a battalion of the North's hardiest veterans, experienced in fighting on foreign fields. If they can't root out these bandits, out, who can? Apparently no one. A month passes. You receive word that the battalion spends weeks marching in circles and chasing bandits who would drop their weapons and blend in with the locals. Finally, the soldiers' frustration turned to anger. In an attempt to flush out the bandit leader, your soldiers burned an entire village to the ground and massacred dozens of peasants. The bandit leader, if they were there at all, escaped unharmed. Northern peasants now view you as a murderous tyrant. So defiance is now aggrieved and stability is now unstable. Don't look at me, Northerners. It was your soldiers who did it. Dang it, not high defiance. All right, and a new trend. I tried. Oh boy, Lord Patrician Farsight III the Third is... Oh, sorry. Lord Patrician Farsight III the Third is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. No, we got crabs. A what? It's the latest trend among the coast, Your Majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. The creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. I'm gonna have nothing to do with this. Send him away and don't waste my time like this again. Crabs, honestly, what is this kingdom coming to? I know, it's like we haven't had that happen before. So weird. Alright, let's go ahead and end the season. Alright, so we got an auction. So you can exclamation mark fund with the amount that or with the code you want. So exclamation mark, say, fund B with the amount you want, say 1,000. Fortress to give some more military to the chiefs. A Grand Bazaar to give some more trade, and they don't have the highest trade, so you get some more. Cathedral for the counts to get more faith. That would be good as well. Theater to reduce authority, which would be bad. Deer Park for lowered farming in the patricians, which you don't really want to do. And a library for more stability. So my choices would be F and B. So let's go ahead and get the auction going. So F and B. Monarch's goal is trade. So B is good for trade, and F is great for just staying stable. Authority's bad. Lowering authority's bad. No one even wants to lower authority. You can see how much money you have here. And yeah, the crown here indicates what the monarch's goal is. I mean, chiefs, if you rebel, you can't win against the patricians, so... You like your money too much to fund anything? Oh, so mean. Alright, so the theater to reduce authority, and the fortress to increase military. Thanks, guys. I'm glad that you could not fund anything helpful. I appreciate that. Alright, rebellion report. On the verge of rebellion. On the verge of rebellion. Alright, well, let's see if they decide to rebel. You're welcome. Rude. So, the burnt village, finding a spouse, or arms shortage. Well, let's see about finding a spouse first. Losing to bandits is shameful? That's true. That's true. I can understand increasing the military. Your Majesty, it's important that you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, men, women, or do you not mind? Any is fine. Well, thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to see to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the counts as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right. We'll see. Anyone who is oiled up and shiny. Alright, well, let's see about the burnt village, then. Your Majesty, the peasants in the north were enraged by your response to the bandit problem. It wasn't my response. They're the ones who did that. I should be, like, you know, holding them accountable. Perhaps burning down an entire village was a little heavy-handed. Under feudal law, they must tie the share of the harvest to the chiefs. But this year they've refused. The chiefs are not taking this well.
The damn common folk are making us look like fools. Our cities and castles could starve in winter if the council doesn't do something.
Alright, well, we could send another regiment to intimidate the peasants into giving up the harvest. That would increase authority, but decrease stability and decrease farming. Let the peasants keep their grain. Trade would go up and down alternately. That is some wealth as well. Increase their defiance, increase farming, increase stability, which would be good. The chiefs shall pay for the harvest rather than collect it as a tax. Wealth would go down, trade would go up, defiance would go up. Well, I think to a certain extent, almost all of these are bad. I don't really want even lower stability. That's not great. I'd also rather not increase their defiance, which unfortunately is the only thing I have there. Alright, well, I mean, increase in authority would be good, so monarch's vote, send a regiment to intimidate the peasants into giving up the harvest. Reverse choice is fun, that's true. You know what? Let's just do that and see what you guys choose. Reverse voting. Vote for the one you don't want. Alright, start the vote. So vote for the one you do not want. Looks like we may be increasing defiance. Welp. Alright, we're going to let the peasants keep their grain. Voting has closed. Let the peasants keep their grain. The chiefs complain that without their customary share of the harvest, they have been forced to buy their food at exorbitant rates from other regions. Alright, so the North's trade is now dynamic, down to 5. Some chiefs' wealth has decreased. Defiance is now mutinous. Trade can't go higher in the coast or the east. Welp. Welp. That was just like all bad for the North. Meanwhile, sitting atop a mountain of grain going bad, the peasants sell it off cheaply and get rich as a result. And so, in a roundabout fashion, the chiefs end up buying the grain off their own peasants anyway. Hey, farming in the coast has gone up. Farming can't go higher in the east, though. For the first time, some of the increasingly wealthy northern peasants join the middle class alongside scholars, lawyers, merchants, and priests. Hey, stability is now stable. Howdy, Dr. Guess Who? How's it going? And howdy, Abcody. Lost 300 gold either way, as it turns out. Yay, burgers! Delicious burgers. Alright, well, there's still a lot more chiefs than everyone else. Alright, arms shortage down in the east. Your Grace, the situation in the east is dire. Our peasant levies have suffered dreadfully in the last few seasons, and are now refusing to serve in any future military action. I'm worried for the safety of my fellow counts. We must bolster our dwindling forces in the east. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection? Alright, we can hire a mercenary company to help protect the east. That would be extremely bad. Conduct an extensive eastern recruitment campaign, 30% chance. Force farmers to join the eastern military. Would increase military, but decrease farming. The east has no need of soldiers, leave them be. So, C is probably the best. I'm going to veto A, because that's just right out. So C is probably the best. We got a 60% chance on D, but that seems bad. And a 30% chance on B seems really bad. So C is my preferred option. Dwindling? Sir, it's absolutely non-existent. How do you know, Stock? Ooh, if it stay... oh, that's not even anymore. Oh, wait, you're not a patrician. Howdy, Shadow Mousy. Let's see. Yeah, we got you in as a count. Shadow Mousy has returned to being a chief. The chief's continuing to be very numerous. All right, voting is closed. Force farmers to join the eastern military. Pressing peasants into military service is a tradition dating back hundreds of years. It alleviates the arms shortage in the east and hopefully doesn't create another. So military is now weak in the east, and farming is now abundant. 8 farming is still pretty good. You honestly just remembered I should be playing at the moment? That's fine. I appreciate it. Alright. Let's go ahead and end the season. The counts sell unused tracts of land to the Adventurers Guild for 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Alright, well, I need some money, so sorry, counts. I'm gonna bribe the chiefs to get that down a little bit more so they can't rebel. And I need money from the patricians. Sorry, patricians. I'm having a good day. I got my, I went to the dentist and clean bill of tooth health, which is always wonderful. As long as we get fish air. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Howdy, Canadian Dragon. How's it going? Patricians can take the cash hit, you sure? Yeah, I think so. So can the counts, really, you know, especially with that 500 wealth they gained. Alright, rebellion report. On the verge of rebellion, but I think you have to exceed it. I don't think it works if you're at the limit. Yep, rebellion halted. Alright, overrun by bandits, eligible options, and the crab bubble bursts. Oh. Alright, well, let's check out the eligible options first. Help, and be depressed! I have found 3 potential matches for you, 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. Let's see, you need to be at 4, yeah. Yes, I know. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see the eligible candidates. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Oddwine, firstborn heir of the Northern Shadowmousy clan. They're your typical northern lad, big, brawny, and honest. In the same way an axe to the face is honest. Strangely enough for a northerner, they're an enthusiastic convert to the worship of the Ninth God. Had a bit of a controversy a while back when their clan hall burned down. Apparently their peasants were to blame. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Desmond, the eldest son of the Eastern Gnosis Dynasty. Apparently they had a hell of a time getting him to smile for this portrait. See that beautiful fur coat he's wearing in the portrait? Wolf pelt, hunted it himself. Half the East are in love with him, apparently, and the other half hate him. Yeah, don't see what all the fuss is about, personally. And finally, from the coast, we have Herona, the wealthy heiress to noble patrician Abcody's estate. She wasn't originally the heiress, but her elder sister had an unfortunate accident. Seems like the chief suitor converted to the ninth after that one situation. She's also obsessed with the arena. All her friends are gladiators, and sometimes she even enters a fight herself. But her parent has kept her far away from the family business ever since an incident with some magic beans. Could be worse. Could be a lot better. Alright. So, we will be angering the other regions depending on who we choose. The patrician sounds fun, yeah. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted by the patrician. Let's see. We can afford to bump up their defiance. The chiefs, I'd rather not, but I also don't want it to get any lower. So I'm kind of screwed either way here. So I've made my decision. Herona of the Coast. Howdy, Zero Zarase. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Alright, Defiance is now cordial in the coast, Defiance is now mutinous in the north, and Defiance is now grumbling in the east. So, the chiefs are continuing to be overpowered in terms of the number of nobles. Now by 4 over the patricians. Holy cow. Yeah, if fish air doesn't pop up pretty quickly, then I generally am gonna... Because I need to get an heir kind of fast. Alright, overrun by bandits.
Every day more bandits attack our roads in the north. We are overrun with scoundrels and outlaws.
I mean, you should do something about it. You got a 6 military.
I've looked into this, Your Majesty. A leader of sorts has emerged from among the rabble. For now, the lawless scum do his bidding. Tell me more. He calls himself Thomas Greensleeves, and he claims to steal from the rich and give to the poor. By the old gods, have you ever heard such nonsense?
I know. Shocking. Why would you ever do that? You should only ever steal from the rich and give to me.
The local villagers idolize him. They're singing ballads about him, turning him into a legend, and they won't hesitate to let his men hide amongst them when the sheriff comes knocking.
Who cares who he is? We need to kill him and teach the others a lesson.
Can I recruit him? Place a hefty bounty on Thomas Greensleeves' head. That's only a 40% chance. Send a spy to join the bandits and find the location of their hideout. Defiance would go up. Tempt one of the bandits to rat out their leader. So that's trade goes down in both cases. Or mount an extensive smear campaign to discredit Thomas Greensleeves. So we have 2 options which lower trade and increase defiance, and 2 options that have a 40% chance of success. In which case, failure probably lowers trade and increases defiance. Wow. If you want to recruit the bandit, you have to have the sexy bandit event. I would like to recruit the bandit. That would be nice. And it's probably not possible. Well, Monarch's vote is... I mean, if we gotta do something, I say send a spy to join the bandits and find the location of their hideout. Let's go. So that's my choice. I am voting for B, if you guys want to vote. It seems like the best option here. Alright, looking pretty good. Mad Martin going for the bounty. Alright. Looks like we are going to send a spy. You sent a spy to find Thomas Greensleeves and join his gang. It's an anxious few weeks as you wait to see if he was successful.
Good news. Thomas Greensleeves accepted our spy with open arms. His gang call themselves the Jovial Jackanapes and consider themselves not just bandits, but vigilante do-gooders. My spy is not yet trusted enough to know the location of their hideout, but I'm sure that'll come soon. Then we can strike and wipe them off the face of Celestath.
In the absence of immediate consequences, Thomas Greensleeves and his jovial jackanapes grow bolder by the day, even attacking chiefs in their carriages. So the North is now furious, and trade is now modest. Well. Alright. Let's see. And the crab bubble bursts.
Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered, which is overflowing with millions of jeweled crabs. Crab prices are crashing catastrophically.
What? And here, if we could have just done Ragnarok.
The entire kingdom will suffer financially, Your Majesty, with the exception of a few patricians. Curiously, Lord Patrician Farsight III III, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all his crabs at a huge profit, just days before the crash.
Alright, Lord Patrician Farsight III III's wealth has increased from 4650 to 6150. That's pretty good. Some counts' wealth has decreased, some patricians' wealth has decreased, and some chiefs' wealth has decreased. Guys, why did you invest in crabs? Why did you invest in crabs? I can't believe it. Look at these people who've invested in crabs. Look at that. I can't believe it, guys. You should have known. You should have known. Something must be done. My money! Well, Farsight, you got more money. Yeah. You summon your council to discuss the crab price crisis. Many assembled nobles have invested heavily in the crab market, and they are casting furious glances at the patricians' benches. Alright, I cannot bail out the failed businesses along the coast. My treasury is too low. Let the coast suffer the full consequences of this crisis. Stability would go down, which is bad. Arrest Lord Patrician Farsight III and confiscate his ill-gotten gold. Stability will also go down there. Well, that's not ideal. So you know what? Alright guys, what do you want to vote for? C or C? Or C? Your choice. What do you want to vote for? Wow, look at everyone voting for C. That's so amazing. Abstention is a choice too. That's true. That is true. That's my money, Farsight. I deserve it. Voting has closed. You're gonna vote C anyway. Arrest Lord Patrician Farsight III and confiscate his ill-gotten gold. Your soldiers storm Lord Patrician Farsight III's opulent mansion, arresting him and confiscating his ill-gotten crab gold. The trial will be held as soon as possible. Trade is now opulent, down to 8. Defiance is now grumbling, up to 3. Lord Patrician Farsight III's wealth has decreased. Stability is now teetering, and the treasury is now 3450. Pretty nice. You're not dead yet. Yet. Outraged patricians protest that your actions are illegal and make a mockery of the law. Don't they know you're the monarch? Farsight is so generous. Look at how helpful he was to the treasury. I know. I know. See, and you know what? Because of that, we should be merciful with him come trial day. Let's go ahead and end the season. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. You guys brothers from another mother or something? Like, the colors are different, and that's it. Everything else is the same. Terrible news. The kingdom prospers. The treasury is practically overflowing because of my money. My money. It's my money, damn it. I didn't expect the new monarch to be competent. Nobody did. We must work harder to bankrupt them. The patrician's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. Ah, Do I do Call for Unity, or do I do Monarch's Golden Choice? I do want stability. Stability would be very, very good. But Monarch's Golden Choice also makes it a lot easier to for people to vote the way that they want. I think I need the stability more right now. I can tempt you with money, but I need unity more. We'll go ahead and get rid of Monarch's vote. Alright. Let's go ahead and end the year. Heretical Discovery, the Royal Wedding, and the Net Closes. Alright, the Royal Wedding first. Your wedding to Herona is, naturally, the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Herona at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Herona, only dances with obvious reluctance. And don't worry, so do I. Stability is now stable, authority is now credible, defiance is now mutinous, defiance is now aloof, and defiance is now aloof. Yay! By the time you find yourself alone with Herona, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired.
Neither of us asked for this union, but I assure you it can blossom into something of mutual benefit.
Agreed.
Excellent. I hope this alliance proves most fruitful indeed.
You head to your separate bedchambers. Perhaps you will draw closer in time, but for now, your wife is happy to keep you at arm's length. Alright. The net closes.
Your Majesty, my spies have uncovered the location of Thomas Greensleeve's hideout. We must strike quickly before he moves on.
This is it, our chance to finally bring an end to the bandit problem.
Alright, so we can hire an assassin to sneak in and kill Thomas Greensleeves. No. Send as many soldiers as we can muster. It's a 90% chance there. And maybe we should just leave these bandits alone. Authority, trade goes down, defiance goes up. No. Alright, I'm gonna veto hire an assassin. Alright, so my preferred one is send as many soldiers as we can muster. It's got a 90%. So vote B. Leave the poor bandits alone.
Oh, they're not hurting anyone, other than the chief's pockets.
It's got a 90% chance. Would the game screw us on a 90% chance? It would never screw us on a 90% chance, right? Howdy, T-Virus. Welcome to the stream. Excellent, you're joining as a patrician. We needed more patricians. All right, voting has closed, and 11 nobles voted for us. Send as many soldiers as we can muster. Thomas Greensleeves and his bandits are hiding out in a little grove deep in the northern woods, swinging down from tree houses and picking blackberries for breakfast. Suddenly hear XCOM percent chances in your ears. Well, see, luckily I've never played those XCOMs, so it doesn't apply. It succeeded. It sounds idyllic. Or it was until your army got there. In the ensuing battle, the trees topple and the tree houses burn. Greensleeves dies a hero, filled with arrows but still trying to fight. His bandits all perish shortly after, singing one last sorry song as their soldiers go do their grim business. I think we may have just created a martyr. You had some of those with your lunch? Theron, you're in league with them! Your soldiers suffer minimal casualties. Now, at last, the roads are safe. The roads in the north are safe to travel once more. And you got your trade back up to 6. But the common folk are furious at you. They'll continue singing ballads about Thomas Greensleeves for centuries to come, with you in the role of the tyrant monarch. It's fine. Stability goes down. Alright, and Heretical Discovery.
Your esteemed highness, I bring troubling news. Someone took the Ninth's name in vain again. Not quite, your highness. A group of individuals in the coast are meeting in secret to preach heretical teachings and engage in rituals.
Sings a ballad of Thomas. Mad Martin, no!
They're adherents to the cult of the undivided. They believe the Ninth God did not destroy the eight deposed gods, but is in fact all of them joined together in unholy union. Like a giant 8-tentacled kraken. Each of the 8 are tentacles. Is it Kraken cult? Pure sacrilege. Regrettably, I require the Council's permission to launch a proper investigation. Otherwise, my Inquisitors would have destroyed the cult before it had the chance to spread.
Let's see. Forget the nobles. I give you my express permission. No. I'll hold a vote on the matter. Alright. Send the Inquisitors into the coast to investigate the cult. Stability goes down. Faith goes up. Deny the Inquisition access to the coast. Faith goes down. Or repeal the law that prevents the High Inquisitor from investigating at will. Faith goes up, Defiance goes up, Authority goes up, and Stability goes down. Wow, these mostly suck. Well, call for unity, I guess. Start the vote. I guess A?
I guess A? That would be better. Well, yeah, but with Call for Unity, well, alright, that's not going to happen. But if 50% go for A, then that eliminates the stability problems. But that's not happening. Well. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of faith there in the coast anyway, but I guess given this, deny Inquisition access to the coast. Howdy, Zuizgond, how's it going? If I can't get the stability boost, then it doesn't matter. With nothing to rein them in, the cultists of the Undivided thrive in the faithless region of the coast, spreading their influence and gaining followers by the week. Oops. Alright, let's go ahead and end the season. Up in the north, Chief Fear 25 is hosting a grand feast at his clan hall.
The gods are not smiling upon us, friend. We failed to win the Spymaster's trust, and she still watches us with an eagle eye. How goes the search for the lookalike? Not well, I'm still looking. The best I've found is a peasant with the wrong-shaped nose, the wrong-colored eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it.
The chief's aim is to lower their defiance to 4 or less. Hold on, where are your horns? You seem to have lost them. Maybe you traded them away for that pelt. You look frankly normal. Or you know, maybe Fear took them. He's got 3 horns. He stole them. Alright, so we have a treacherous half-sister, an ambitious vassal, and a questionable claimant. Alright, I currently have no heir, unfortunately. Wait, but Boneri, do you look frankly noble or freakishly normal? That's the question. Alright, so we have the Call of the Arena, Escaped Experiment, and the Crab Trial. Well, let's go for the Arena first. The Call of the Arena. Given the past monarchs have all been counts and patricians, you're surprised there's a northern half-sister? Ah, Nicole, I have something I need to discuss with you. I've been honing my combat skills in the practice yard, but I long to experience the real thing. The arena in my hometown is looking for volunteers. May I heed the call? Let's see. It sounds far too dangerous for the Queen Consort. Sure, whatever, just keep me out of it. Both of those lower authority, as long as you'll be careful. And who will you be fighting? Mostly wild animals like bulls or lions. But if I impress, who knows? Maybe I'd get to fight an arena legend like the Adder, or Hario the Bulwark. Not to worry, fights against gladiators are only to first blood, of course. As long as you'll be careful. Excellent. Look for me in the fur loincloth. I'll be wearing your colors, of course. The day of Herona's first fight comes quickly. You watch from your booth, and she looks ridiculous, attractive, like a true patrician. Well, I mean, we want to have a kid, so obviously attractive in her fur loincloth. All that fighting in the yard wasn't for nothing, after all. Herona does well in her first bout, dispatching a wild boar with only a trident, but it's her fight against the lion that everyone's waiting for. Oh boy. And just make sure to oil up Herona, yeah. Obviously. Cheer her on or yawn. Oh boy, 55%, slightly better than a coin flip. It proves to be a thrilling fight, but Herona slays the beast in the end. As she raises a bloody trident above her head, the crowd cheers wildly. Yay! Stability goes up! And our challenge succeeded. Look, your wife in the honor guard match. I know, it might have been a choice on my part. I don't know. Word of the fight spreads far and wide. It even results in a small boost in your popularity as a royal couple. You wonder if Herona would be willing to risk her life for fame and glory a little more regularly. Alright.
We have an escaped experiment. Whose experiment is this going to be? Your wife got eaten by a lion. Oh well, time for a new wife. Apparently something has escaped from the cellars of Conde Canadian Dragon's castle. I've asked for an eyewitness report from a local.
Hello, Your Majesty. It was a right unholy sight. A monster stitched together from parts dug up from the village cemetery. I recognize my Aunt Edna's earlobes.
Does everyone in the East have an Aunt Edna?
Oh, yes, it is tradition. It's tradition.
But no, not me, really. Did it hurt anyone?
No, just seemed confused. Kept asking for its parent.
This creature is my life's work, Your Highness, and my son! But you used Aunt Edna's earlobes. The Counts are really bad at keeping their Frankensteins under control, and you do mean the doctor, yeah.
His escape was regrettable. He just wanted to see the village up close. Rest assured, I have chained him up far more securely in my dungeon to ensure this won't happen again.
It's too late for that, Conte. You and your unholy creation must be burned. It is the only way to cleanse the world of your evil.
Alright, so we can burn both Canadian Dragon and the monster. Burn the monster, but let the Conte live. The monster may live as long as it stays imprisoned, or free the monster. Obviously, we want to free the monster. Come on, everyone, free the monster. Call for unity. Free the monster, free the monster, free the monster. It's a coin flip. Free the monster, free the monster. What's the worst that could happen? Mildly disappointed that there isn't a mod to make a Discworld. Yes, we're gonna free the monster. I mean, it's for everyone's benefit. It's for everyone's benefit. Alright, voting has closed. We're going to free the monster. Howdy, Kinshir.
No, Your Highness, the boy's not ready for freedom. This will end in disaster.
Yeah, we got more stability, though.
The council would free this unholy monstrosity and allow its twisted creator to go unpunished? What kind of message does that send?
The faith can't go lower. It's fine.
You're all mad. You'll see doom will come to the east. Doom!
Luckily, the High Inquisitor's prophecy proves nonsense.
Yeah!
Stability challenge succeeded. The so-called abomination turns out to be a gentle fellow with a green thumb and a fondness for puppies. Aww. Soon enough, he's won over the villagers who allow their children to go on piggyback rides with him. And stability is now united. He spends most of his time in the fields, growing flowers and vegetables for the community. Canadian Dragon couldn't be more proud. Farming is now cornucopia, and defiance is now cordial. Technically, the monarch has just liberated a number of wrongfully imprisoned peasants from Canadian Dragon's dungeons. Exactly. The monster has so far not been anything but pleasant. I know. I'm so happy about that. Alright, time for the crab trial. After months of delay, Lord Patrician Farsight III III is finally due to stand trial for his crab-related market manipulation. You stand accused of perpetrating fraud and tricking hundreds into buying expensive crabs. How do you plead?
I am guilty only of making money, so I broke a few laws along the way. Is that a crime? Yes, it actually is. Yes, obviously, I pronounce you guilty as charged, and your fate will be decided by the monarch.
Alright, so we can pardon the offender. We can imprison the guilty party. Authority will go up. Or we can hang the scoundrel. Farsight, what should we do with you? Farsight III III. Farsight III III. You know, I think we might have to see Farsight III IV. Defiance is fine in the region. I'll lose a little stability. I'll gain some authority. Take him to the swing set. to the whatever the guillotine is currently named. The next morning, you stand at your balcony and watch as Lord Patrician Farsight III III is led to the gallows. Still the Chemifox, but yeah, we haven't had that in a little while. Twitch has gotten you stuck on infinite pre-roll ads again? Can you get a mid-roll? Yeah, let me see. Let me run like a 30-second one. Get a little bit of extra money that way. Hold on a second. I'm gonna find the option. Alright. So, just run a quick 30-second ad break. We'll see if that fixes it. It's going to be the 4th Farsight anyway, either in prison or dead. That's true. That's true. That is true. Alright, but Defiance is now insolent. That did bump it up by 2. Oh, now you can watch. Authority is now imperious. Went up by 2, and stability went down by 1. That's a worthwhile trade. You're the fools who bought the bloody things. They were just crabs. Crabs, all I did was meet a demand. A curse on you all. A curse. Could have seen what happens if the guilty one gets pardoned. Could have, but this is more fun. His words are cut off as the noose tightens. Lord Patrician Farsight III III has died, and Farsight III IV has joined the council. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to see it get really high, get a number really high. You think Ald might be a tyrant? I might be, yeah. I mean, you've seen my Crusader Kings 2 campaigns, right? You keep burning people. Well, they're old Tengri. Let's end the season. Alright, so we have building time. So there is a deer park or a thieves guild for the chiefs, which decreases farming and trade. It's bad. The counts have a monument and a theater, which increases authority and decreases authority. And a library and a prison for the patricians, which increases stability and decreases stability. So my choices are C and E. Those are the only good ones. Go ahead and vote. C and E. The Chiefs had a bandit problem already. Let's not give them a thieves guild. Yeah. C and E. Those are my choices. They're good things. They're good things. Don't go for the prison. We don't need a prison. More stability and more authority. Come on. A monument to my wondrousness. Why do you want to decrease trade? Decreasing trade is bad. That's pretty impressive, guys. That you're going for just all bad stuff. You're just trying to ruin the kingdom. That's all you guys are trying to do. Ruin the kingdom. I don't understand you. I do not understand you at all. A prison and a thieves guild. That's just terrible. It's just terrible. All right, and the season. About your heir, a bright idea, and the deceased. Well, let's see about your heir. Your marriage to Herona has grown strong and steady, like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. To defeat the Huns? If you want to call it that, sure, fine, whatever. Alright. A bright idea. Since the wedding, you've witnessed your queen consort fail miserably at a series of hobbies. Really? 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 Guess we'll need a wizard to help out? We'll see. Swimming ended with a near drowning. Knitting ended with you being gifted a 12-sleeved shirt. Beekeeping ended with half the palace watch in hospital. Despite all this, Herona never gives up. Oh, it's very endearing.
I've had another idea. It would be in your best interests to pay attention.
Oh, God.
What now?
I can't wait to hear it. Well, I can't wait to hear it. Howdy, Nightmare 49. How's it going? Let me get you a shout out there. Thank you very much for that raid. And what were you up to tonight?
I was looking through the law books and I found a long-forgotten decree saying that the monarch can appoint their queen consort as a regional governor.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The appointment only lasts half a year, but during that time, I'd have total executive power over an entire region. Isn't that intriguing? I could advance both our agendas.
Which region were you thinking of?
Not the coast, obviously. The patricians know me too well. I, don't think they'd listen to a word I say. But anywhere else would work.
Very well, I'll allow it.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Now, according to the law books, the council must be allowed to vote on which region I'll be governing.
Alright. Put Herona in charge of the north, or put Herona in charge of the east? Well, my vote is the east. So let's call for unity. Come on, everyone, vote B. You're playing King of the Castle too. Excellent! Excellent! I hope that you had some success and your viewers didn't murder you rampantly. Oh, yes, yes! East, east, come on! Vote for the east. Kinshir is the only eastern voting for that one. Somehow I'm not surprised. Wow! Wow! Patricians. Terrible. Terrible. Not yet. Alright, I guess it's going for the north. Don't want the north too grumpy. I think this is going to make the north grumpy.
Just wait until you see the improvements I'll make to the north. They need someone to whip them into shape.
Stability is now steady. I'll take that, at least. Tried to help prevent northern grumpiness. I appreciate those of you who tried to help me out there.
I'll focus on the military. After all, I'm pretty good at fighting.
See, that's what I was expecting. That's why I wanted it to go into the counts. I don't need the chiefs. Don't need more military.
Training and equipping an entire army requires a pretty similar skill set, right?
By the old gods, you can't be serious. And Defiance is now furious. Well. I guess we'll see how that goes. The deceased.
The elderly Countess Iolanda, a cousin many times removed of Count PGW Chaos II, died in her sleep last week. She was nearly 90. Who would you believe? I'm sorry, friend of yours? Not at all, Your Majesty. She was very wealthy, however. But she could have spent more time on her accounts. She died without a will, and the nobles are scrambling for her estate.
Countess Iolanda was my relative. I wrote to her at least once a year. Of course the estate should be mine. My late great-grandfather used to play backgammon with her. He swore she intended to leave it to our family. So many wealthy octogenarians. I think that's, not octogenarian. That's what, blanking on what 90 would be. Nonagenarian, yeah. By Zenya's ashes, that's a pitiful claim. Alright, so we can give the estate to PGW Chaos. We can give the estate to Lord Patrician T-Virus. We can redistribute the estate among the Eastern Peasants, which actually wouldn't do much. Or we could claim the estate for the Treasury. Alright, you know what? Let's have some fun. Reverse voting! Vote for which one you want. Do we want to give the estate to PGW Chaos a second? Do we want to give the estate to Lord Patrician T-Virus? Do we want to distribute the estate among the Eastern Peasants? Or do we want to claim the treasury, the estate for the Treasury? I mean, I wouldn't mind having some money. Well, this is going to be interesting. Oh, nope. All right. Let's see where this is going. All right. Voting is closed. 2 nobles voted for redistribute the estate among the Eastern Peasants. Yay, trade that isn't necessary. Eastern Defiance is now aloof. The Coast Defiance is now aggrieved. Eastern and coastal nobles watch in outrage as peasants occupy the estate and move into the manor house. Using the late Countess Yolanda's money, the peasants set up a marketplace on her land. It turns out to be a huge success, with merchants flocking to the place in crowds. But trade can't go higher. You had a feeling it would end this way? I had a feeling it might too. Oh, well. Can they be peasants if they have land? Sure. Alright, the counts impose harsh taxes on their serfs, netting 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Alright, well, that's a lot. Alright, we'll do that. We'll do that. That works out. Losing a little bit of money. Alright. The Coast's Defiance is now insolent. The Defiance in the East is now grumbling. Get her money somehow. It's true. It's true. Alright, an infestation of crawlers. Oh boy, I could die again. Plague ship. And the rewards of prosperity. Let's go for the rewards first. Good news first, right? Your Majesty, merchants are visiting the east from as far afield as Valamir and Artesh. Our quarterly figures are stunning. Your quarterly what? Money. Lots and lots of money. Your Highness, this Eastern economist has an audacious idea for all of this wealth. Plague and crawlers. It's just like Almendretta's reign. Yeah, I know. I know. Call it an experiment. We give the peasants gold whether or not they're working. This will ensure a base level of comfort and security for all.
Dracov's bones, what are you saying? That we should hand out cash for nothing?
With respect, how is that different from counts receiving fees from their serfs?
It's completely different. Your Majesty, this lunacy cannot possibly be considered.
Alright, so we can implement this new economic strategy in the East. Trade would go up, farming would go up, stability would go up, defiance would go up, and wealth would go down. Encourage merchants to visit other regions across the kingdom, too. Actually, that would be really good. Demand a one-time extra tax from the count so they can afford it. Or host a financial summit in the capital to celebrate the count's success. Boy, now I do wish that I had chosen the golden one. All right, reverse voting time. My suggestion would be that you should vote for anything other than B. So A, C, and D. Vote for those. Those are the ones you want to vote for. A, C, and D. Need a few votes for D there. Need 2 votes for D. Come on. Come on. 2 votes for D, please. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. No. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Voting is closed. 2 nobles voted for encourage merchants to visit other regions across the kingdom, too.
Blood and stars, but those are our merchants!
It's tough for the counts to give up some of their monopoly, so defiance is now aggrieved. But as merchants extend trade routes across the kingdom, the other regions quickly feel the benefit. More and more counting houses are built, and long-abandoned roads are rebuilt to allow for safe passage of caravans. So, defiance is down in the north, defiance is down in the coast. North is now more prosperous, and the coast is now more prosperous. Yay! Alright. Now for the bad things. Plague ship. Start with that one.
The Royal Navy has stopped a ship in the harbor at Thalassus, Your Majesty. Then why is this event happening in the mountains on the border? It's a merchant vessel from Danaea, and the crew have come down with some kind of plague. The captain refuses to go home, saying the crew need food and medical attention before offloading any cargo.
That ship is carrying fine silks and rare dyes worth thousands. I don't care what happens to the crew. We need to secure those goods.
Tell me more about this plague. The infected have high fevers, oozing pustules, uncontrollable vomiting. Sounds like creeping scourge, which bumped off half the kingdom a few centuries ago.
Well, let's call a vote. Allow the ship to dock and offload its goods. Quarantine the ship, but take the goods. Quarantine the ship and toss the goods into the sea. Sink the ship and all aboard. Well, I am going to veto allow the ship to dock and offload its goods. Alright, do we quarantine the ship and take the goods? Do we quarantine the ship and toss the goods into the sea? Or sink the ship and all aboard? All of it's being quarantined. B is probably not the best choice, though. It's a coin flip. What could go wrong? I know. Oh, boy. Well, let's see if we get one more vote. It has worked for us before. Alright. Voting tied at 5. Alright. We sink the ship and all aboard. Do we quarantine the ship and take the goods? I guess we'll give it a shot. It's a coin flip. I'm lucky, right? Oh no! Oh no! Challenge failed. The dyes and silks are carried into port, much to Lord Patrician Zuizgan's satisfaction. The crew are left to wait on their ship. Option D is the solve problems through fire method. You like solving problems with fire. Alright, Defiance is now aloof. Lord Patrician Zuizgan's wealth has increased. Unfortunately, the silks must have been infested with fleas that carried the infection. A week later, your marshal brings dire news.
Your Majesty, signs of creeping scourge have been seen in many towns along the coast. We must shut down the roads and quarantine the worst affected areas.
Thousands die. Soldiers die, leaving the armies undermanned. Farmers die, leaving the crops to rot in the fields. Fortunately, the plague is contained mostly to the coast. Well, shoot. Coast's military is now 7, farming is now 5, and stability is now 6. When the Navy finally boards the quarantined ship months later, they find nothing but corpses. Patricians don't need farming. Well, and an infestation of crawlers.
Your Greatness, our mutual friend, Lord Patrician T-Virus, has discovered a nest of crawlers on a new tract of coastal farmland. Naturally, we chiefs recommend that he fill the tunnels immediately, lest they spread to other regions and endanger our crops, but T-Virus refuses to do so.
Citizens have gone missing, Your Esteemed Highness. These crawlers are much more dangerous than they appear. Legends speak of crawlers living in great cities beneath the soil, taking the weak to be consumed. We should leave the land to them. They're not to be trifled with. Marshal, tell me more about these crawlers.
Horrible cow-sized worms that live under the earth, with tiny clacking legs like centipedes. They're rare but formidable foes. They turn up unpredictably and attack whatever they find before retreating back into the earth. Nothing that well-organized troops can't handle, I'm sure. Well, assemble the council then. Thank you, Your Majesty. Alright, so do we abandon the fields to the crawlers, which is bad, fill in the holes and continue farming, or send someone into the tunnels to investigate? Alright, well, let's call for unity. Are we going to abandon the fields, which would be bad? Do we fill in the holes and continue farming, which would probably not be great? Or do we send someone into the tunnels to investigate, which is probably the best option? You guys just do not want me to get unity out of this, do you? You just do not want me to get unity out of this. Come on, vote C. Vote C, everyone. Alright, the voting is closed. Send someone into the tunnels to investigate. And we did not get stability because we were not above 50%. Tunnels, purple worms, or ankh eggs? They're crawlers. Very well, who will we send on this most unfortunate mission? Send soldiers from the coast, 70% chance. Hire adventurers to explore the tunnels. I'd rather not spend money. This is a serious matter. Send for a wizard. Farming and trade goes down. I'd rather not decrease farming and trade. Got a 70% chance. Howdy, Canis Rufus, how's it going?
By the 9th, Your Esteemed Highness, we'll sort this out, just you watch.
And the military is now strong. Unfortunately, your investigators drop off the face of Celesteoth as soon as they leave on their journey to the tunnels. Well, shucks. Lord Patrician T-Virus bides his time, but many peasants move away. Trade is now prosperous, farming is now sufficient. Whoopsie. Alright, well, let's end the season. Alright, Monarch's vote. Monarch's golden choice or iron choice? I will take a Monarch's golden choice, and let's go ahead and get rid of reverse voting, as much fun as it is. Let's see, bad mushrooms, a booming crop, and governing the north. Well, first of all, let's go for bad mushrooms.
Bad news, Your Highness. The northern villagers are starving. Predictable, aye, but in their starvation they have turned to foraging for ice mushrooms to survive. This particular variety is delicious and filling, but makes one very ill. After a brief recovery, all seems well.
I don't like where this is going.
The next morning, the unfortunate soul rises from their bed in a fugue state, wandering the streets as though touched by a demon. Then they drop dead. This mushroom is so dangerous that my servants are calling it the sixth god's bane. It sounds rather useful. Oh, well, I couldn't comment on that. If we can't get more food in the north, we should at least tell the peasants what the sixth god's bane looks like.
So, pay the chiefs to harvest mushrooms for the spy master. The other nobles must send aid to the north, which would increase farming, or ensure the people know how to recognize sixth god's bane. Well, we just failed a 70% chance. 60% would probably work, right? Best meal of your life if it leaves you feeling full as well. Would get more authority out of A. Would get more farming out of B. I'm going to veto pay the chiefs. Let's start a vote. Do we, do the other nobles must send aid to the north, or do we ensure that people know how to recognize sixth god's bane? Has a 60% chance of winning. That's like 100%, right? How could it possibly go bad? Howdy, P-Gun, how's it going? Since when have we failed a higher percent chance, right? Alright, voting has closed. Ensure the people know how to recognize the sixth god's bane. You have a bard compose a catchy slogan warning of the sixth god's bane, which is soon hummed throughout the kingdom. If you see a mushroom glisten, your life depends on if you listen. If it's wet without the rain, your final meal's the sixth god's bane. Despite the catchy tune, the common folk are terrified. Rumors suggest bane eaters will rise as horrific mushroom men, and northern trade suffers. Trade is now dynamic, stability is now stable, and the stability challenge failed. Welp. Welp. Well, we have a booming crop. Let's see how this goes. Your Majesty, the yields from the eastern farms are extraordinary. I've never seen their like. Should have not vetoed A? The peasants are practically drowning in cabbages. They've even hybridized a new variety of pest-resistant cabbage that cures nightmares. We must assemble a team from the university to study this new crop. It could benefit the entire kingdom. By Zenya's ashes, wait a moment. You can't spread our secrets to just anyone. I'll have you know that our produce is very much in demand. We're just in the middle of securing a cabbage trade agreement with Tavalin. These eggheads could disrupt things terribly. Pay the counts to accommodate the scholars. Prohibit the scholars and fast-track the Tavalin deal. Or claim the hybrid cabbages for the kingdom and distribute widely. Monarch's golden choice. We need to claim the hybrid cabbages, everyone. And if you vote for C, you'll get money. You like free money. Do you like money? Sure, we all do. Delicious, delicious money for a vote for on C. You know you like money. I am shocked at the number of people who don't like money. Genuinely shocked at the number of people who don't like money. Wow. Well. Not going for the free money. All right. Fair enough. Pay the counts to accommodate the scholars. So that was like 900 gold. The scholars are delighted, not least because they don't have to fund the expedition themselves. The counts grudgingly accept the stipend, which dwindles to a token amount once all the policy fees and paperwork is filed. Some counts' wealth has increased. Defiance is now furious. But as knowledge of the eastern cabbages spreads across the kingdom, fields flourish. So the North's Defiance is now down to 4. Way to go, guys. The coast's Defiance is now loyal. Farming is now needful in the north, up to 3. And farming is now fertile in the coast, up to 5. The cabbage industry booms as sleepless nights become a thing of the past. Cabbage become popular with parents to soothe troubled toddlers and get some well-earned rest. Welp. Welp. Alright, governing the north. Your Majesty, your Queen Consort's governorship of the March has been nothing short of catastrophic. Oh, hey, maybe we'll get some defiance out of this. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. The last 6 months have been a litany of disasters unlike anything I've ever seen. How could you do this to us? Defiance is now furious. Woohoo! Saved by the, saved by my wife. I'd hoped Herona would rise to the occasion. I can only apologize, but on the bright side, she was out of my hair. No, I can only apologize. This isn't my fault. It's the fault of the chiefs for not obeying my orders properly. No, I'm agreeing with you, Herona. I thought the soldiers needed a taste of real battle, so I had them fight each other. Unfortunately, I told them to use their real weapons. The blood. So much blood. Military is now inadequate. At least now you guys won't be rebelling. But on the bright side, the survivors have much more combat experience. Well, better luck next time. That's just what I thought. I'm so glad I have you to support my dreams, my dear. Howdy, Sparrow. How's it going? Welp. No more Ragnarok for next time. That's certainly a good thing. Alright, let's go ahead and end the season. Your heir. Another bright idea. End the crawler problem. Oh boy. How dare you? You'll be hearing from your attorney. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council, holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My daughter. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Maybe your spouse can deal with the crawlers. I mean, I have an heir now, so it's... Yeah, that would be fine. Your Serene Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Stability is now civil. Nicole II. Most excellent, Your Serene Highness. I'm sure little Nicole II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spymaster soon. Alright, another bright idea. You should give me something to do. I'm sick of hanging around the palace and waving at peasants. What kind of job are you thinking of? I'm sorry, but I can't risk giving you that kind of responsibility. I'll be honest, I wouldn't trust you to change a candle. What kind of job were you thinking of? I don't know, something small. I could be commander of the city watch and bring law and order to the capital, or I could be put in charge of constructing a giant statue of you. Giant statue of me, you say? As long as it wouldn't cost me money, I could get behind that. Commander of the City Watch, go for it. Giant statue, sure, sounds good. No. I'll put you in charge of keeping the river flowing. How about that? Sure, Commander of the City Watch. What's the worst that could happen? I won't let you down. Thanks. The crawler problem. It's been many moons since we last heard from the soldiers we sent into the tunnels on Lord Patrician T-Virus's land. We must act before this crawler menace spreads to the other regions. Peasants disappear and sinkholes swallow villages whole while T-Virus hides in his mansion and does nothing. Belligerent fool, imagine their retaliation if we anger them directly. I would rather abandon my estate. So, pay Lord Patrician P-Gun to host Lord Patrician T-Virus as he abandons the area. Gather the chiefs to fight this menace on the open fields. 10% chance. Evacuate everyone from the area, including the peasants. Or do nothing and see if the crawlers retreat on their own. Wow. Wow, it's like all of these are bad. Defiance goes down, though. For someone. Yeah, I mean, you know, if the chiefs rebel with, you know, if they lose more military might, I guess it's kind of okay. A sounds good. I don't like the idea of paying though. Also, trade and farming go down. Then again, trade and farming go down for pretty much everything. You know what? Let's call for unity. Start the vote. You know, have at it. Whatever happens, it's on your heads. Don't blame me. Alright, looking like C is getting the lead there. Hey, I'm gonna get a call for unity out of this at least. That sounds pretty good. Alright. I will take some more stability. Evacuate everyone from the area, including the peasants. All those living near the tunnels are steadily relocated, including Lord Patrician T-Virus and his family. Alright. Coast can't get any less defiant. Trade is now dynamic in that region, farming is now meager, and stability is now steady. The land is completely abandoned to the crawlers. After a while, it will surely fall into legend. What's the worst that could happen, right? If it's a 50-50 split and I choose, we can blame you, actually? I don't like the idea of that. Alright, so we have an observatory and a theater for decreased faith and authority in the chiefs. We have a cathedral to increase faith in the counts, and a deer park to decrease farming. We have a grand bazaar to increase trade, and a prison to decrease stability. Well, my preferred choices would be C and E. So, C and E would be my preferred choices. Faction check, please. You are in... I don't see you. Did you join? Yeah, you did. Oh, there you are. You are in the Chiefs. Alright, E and B. Going to decrease authority, and, I think you are going for trade. That's good, at least. Wow. I have very stingy viewers here, don't I? Alright, so a theater to decrease authority, and the prison at the last second to decrease stability. Wow. It's terrible. Alright, so the chiefs and the counts are on the verge of rebellion. You still don't match the patricians in combined power, so you probably don't want to rebel. Also, chiefs, remember the last time you rebelled and you got nothing out of it. Alright, your ambition, a plague of rats, and a disastrous commander. Well, no, my ambition. The counts were meant to be loyalists, yeah. Turns out the patricians are more loyal. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the architect of a new golden age. You've succeeded on that front, the kingdom has never been more prosperous. Has it? Really? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Defiance is now mutinous. Defiance can't go lower. Defiance is now mutinous. Yes! Yes! What can you say? You love good theater. Literally funded the entire project. But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sages? It's an ancient lost artifact, forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any monarch who recovers it will rule over a golden age. My advice, on the other hand, would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of our own. But the Chancellor has other ideas. Does the Chancellor have other ideas? So we could create a kingdom-wide spy network, or we could recover the Scepter of Sages. Yeah, Scepter of Sages, probably not the best idea. Kingdom-wide spy network. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll begin recruiting spies. We'll send them across the kingdom in the guise of traveling bards. But this will require a fine touch. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's stability and overall trade as much as you can, and of course there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Yay! Rebellion halted. Alright, a plague of rats. Conte Canadian Dragon strides into the council chambers, distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail. Why would you do that? That's gross. Howdy, Lizard Danger. How's it going?
The fields and barns of the east are overrun by vermin, and we've no more poison for these horrible things. We can't cope anymore.
Well, get your bees to do something about it. Alright, take that rat and go. The east can handle this alone. 90% chance. Deliver a supply of rat poison. 50% chance. Or send them a shipment of cats. Hire some adventurers to clear out the rodents. Monarch's golden choice. Send them a shipment of cats. Go kitties! Go, my kitties! I thought that would get a quick title rabbit vote there. I should have gone for the Unity one. Oh well. Oh well. I should have gone for the Unity one. Oh well. Alright, voting has closed. 13 nobles voted for send them a shipment of cats. Conte, a Canadian dragon, bows to you deeply. I can't thank you enough, Your Highness. You send a caravan of cats over to the east. By the time they reach their destination, they're both hungry and very angry. The perfect rat-catching mindset. It only has an 80% chance of success. Wait to hear what happens. Let's see. Soon the rats are gone. A following springs up around one particularly successful mouser whose nickname is the Colonel, and a bronze statue is put up in his honor. Defiance is now aggrieved, and the challenge succeeded. Come on, Colonel Cult. He greatly enjoys sunning himself beside the statue. And Chief Mouser, you hired the Colonel. Nice. He greatly enjoys sunning himself beside the statue, and the townspeople bring him dried fish for luck. Whether or not the gifts affect the town's fortunes remains to be seen, but he is a very happy cat indeed. Trade can't go higher. Alright. And a disastrous command. So remember how you put me in charge of the City Watch? Funny story. Oh boy, there goes stability. Yes? I made a little change to the Watch's wages in order to reduce crime. I started paying them per arrest. Oh no. But the Watch started arresting people at random, huge quantities of people. There have been a lot of riots. And the riots have caused more arrests and so on. Vicious circle. Who could have seen it coming? Anyway, we owe the City Watch about 2,000 gold. The kingdom's stability is now stable. Oh no. No, I don't think she does. Dear God, I've married an idiot. Words fail me. We can pay, right? Right? No. No, we can't. Punish the greedy officers by throwing them into their own cells. Yeah, you know what? Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that either. Punish the greedy officers. You round up the City Watch and toss them into their own cells. Criminals run rampant in the city, but at least innocent people are no longer getting locked up. Authority is now credible. Sorry about that, but don't worry, I have another idea. This one will be a lot more successful, I promise. Perhaps another time, my dear. Yes, understood, no problem. I'll tell you all about it later. Go back to fighting in the arena, for crying out loud. The chiefs invent a new kind of super strong mead, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Also, patricians, sorry, I need money. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave the others where they are. We'll go ahead and confirm that tax. Defiance is now cordial. Could also tax you counts. You can take it. I don't want to. Your defiance would be up above stability and authority, and I'd rather you not have the option of starting a rebellion. If the chiefs start a rebellion, I'm pretty confident the patricians could crush them. So, and the counts, you know, I am a count on the throne, so. True, but you're loyalists. Yes, but I also don't trust that entirely. I'll let you keep your money. A call for apprentices. And the Stone Maiden. Oh boy, the Stone Maiden's back. Let's go for Ambition Spy Network first. All goes according to plan, Your Majesty. Let me show you. Your spy master takes you through a secret passage in your own private office. You emerge into a hidden chamber, where a number of hooded figures are waiting.
These are my agents. They can blend into a crowd as effortlessly as they can slip a knife between a traitor's ribs. Oh, just like Marcus. Got it. Understood. How can we be sure of their loyalty? I've been very careful in my selection. You can rely on these agents. Counts won't rebel. You're too close to my ambition. Again, I don't trust you guys. Soon they will infiltrate the courts of all the nobles on your council, disguised as traveling bards. One of the spies tosses aside her cloak, revealing a lute and the colorful costume of a troubadour. I really like the bard sprite, too. With charm and flattery, they'll worm their way into your nobles' hearts and minds. Then we will have a spy network the likes of which the world has never seen. I hope to make even the Gaunt of Tavalin look like rank amateurs. They will learn to fear me. Indeed, Your Majesty. A week passes before you hear more news. Your spy master arrives in your office with a tiny scroll, small as a cherry stem, clutched between two fingertips. This is a message from one of our agents in the field, Your Majesty. I sent her to Chief Lake Lochne's clan hall disguised as a skald, with bagpipes at her back. Ooh, wonderful news. Don't get too excited. This is only the first step. Let's see what she has to say. Wait to hear the success of your fledgling spy. 60% chance. The spy master studies the scroll for a moment, and a smile creeps across her face. She holds it over a candle flame, and it vanishes in a puff of cinders. Trade challenge succeeded. She's been welcomed into Chief Lake Lochne's court with open arms, and is already flattering her with fawning songs. Yay! See, everyone, just trust the bards. They would never do you wrong. Let's hope our other spies are just as successful. Over the next few weeks, you receive back word from more and more of your agents. Almost all of them have successfully wormed their way into your nobles' courts. Now we must hope they can maintain their cover. Let's wait and see. 50% chance. A few more weeks pass. You wait anxiously for another message. When it arrives, however, your spy master reads it with a face like thunder. Oh, it failed. Do you want the good news or the bad news? There was a problem with your plan, I take it. Just give me the bad news and get it over with. The bad news is that we had to dredge one of our spies' bodies from a canal yesterday. But the good news is that Chief Lake Lochne couldn't work out who sent her, so that's something at least. How could this happen? The problem is that the kingdom is too unstable. Everyone's on edge. Everyone's paranoid. If a bard shows up on their doorstep, they ask difficult questions. Of course, they're right to be paranoid, but it's no good for us. We need your nobles to be fat and happy. Over the next month, more and more of your spies are ferreted out and killed in increasingly gruesome ways. Luckily, your involvement remains a mere rumor. To improve your chances of victory, focus on increasing the kingdom's stability as much as possible in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt. Difficult questions like, why is there a bard on my doorstep? No, always trust the bards. They're friendly. I should pass a law. Trust the bards. They are friendly. A call for apprentices. Always trust a bard. See, exactly, Kijikun.
Bad news, Your Highness. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Skullheim.
I believe it is Pestia, the Lady of Pestilence.
Tell me more about this wizard.
Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the Church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Pestia has influence over plagues, diseases, insects, and other horrid things like that.
That seems like a lovely wizard to have here. The North often seems to have wizard problems. Yeah. Well, I think they take the names for themselves, i7.
She's put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking villagers from all over the north are lining up for their chance.
Not just peasants. I, Spira, have also decided to apply.
The competition will be fierce, but those workers are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. You know what happens if you rebel and lose? I mean, we've succeeded against a rebellion. Also failed against a rebellion. You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. It does lower defiance, that's true.
Can't let this go ahead. Not only is it heresy, it represents a clear and dangerous conflict of interest.
Well, we shall assemble the council.
God bless you, your majesty.
Alright, allow a Lord Patrician to become an apprentice, require he forfeit his noble title in order to become an apprentice, or forbid Ispera from traveling to Skullheim. Well, obviously we should require that he forfeit his noble title. Let's call for unity, everyone. Vote B! Vote B, vote B, vote B! Come on. Vote B, vote B, vote B. Need a few more votes for B. Wow. I'm not gonna get my unity out of this one. Huh. Of all the wizards, Pestia is the worst. Well, shoot. I guess we're gonna forbid Ispera. I just want some money, guys. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? I just want some money. Fine. No unity. Alright, well, their defiance is now aggrieved.
My thanks, your majesty, for not bowing to this power-hungry fool. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must deal with this troublesome wizard.
Give you money? So a noble can't even enter into a years-long blood pact to become an all-powerful demigod without council approval? Whatever happened to so-called freedom? Isn't she really a witch? I think witches in this game are different. And their defiance is now at 3, which is actually okay. Pestia's presence in Skullheim attracts all sorts of visitors, though the power of her latent magic starts to wilt crops from miles around. Farming is now meager, and trade is now prosperous. Alright, it's Stone Maiden time. Hey, there's Countess Kijikun. Behold, your majesty. Countess Kijikun pulls aside a tarpaulin to reveal a granite statue of Count PGW Chaos II. The statue is impeccably detailed, its expression a frozen grimace. Did PGW Chaos the First die to the Stone Maiden as well? Because I feel like he may have. He had nothing to do with this. A sad sight, is it not? That's not a statue, is it? I've heard the legends from the past rulers. Astutely observed, your majesty. This is all that remains of my fellow count. It seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the east. Well, I know she's abroad. She's called the Stone Maiden. This is no laughing matter. I mean, it kinda is. Kinda is. She's a walking statue with burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Count PGW Chaos II on his latest walk in the cemetery. Please, your highness, we must do something. Count PGW Chaos II has died, and PGW Chaos III has joined the council. Alright, so we could hire a wizard to take care of this, send an army to smash this thing to rubble. It's not great. Tell everyone in the east to hide, and consult the fairy tales for a solution. Well, Monarch's golden choice. Let's consult the fairy tales. We got slightly better than a coin flip, and it has worked once before. It has also not worked once before. Let's consult the fairy tales.
Also, if we consult the fairy tales, you'll get money. You'll earn arms. All right. There we go. All right, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Boy, it's almost as if the patricians want me to lose money or something. Voting is closed. You'd rather earn arms than money. All right, consult the fairy tales for a solution. You send for an expert folklorist from Quail University. According to legend... Hey, it succeeded! According to legend, the Stone Maiden always stays far inland away from the shore. Perhaps there's something there. The last one was just give it a hug, yeah. That's the solution, a saline solution. She must react badly to seawater. You send a squad of knights, each armed with a blindfold and a bucket of seawater. To your great surprise, it works. As soon as she is drenched, the Stone Maiden shrieks and flees back to her underground lair, where she falls into an immortal slumber. But not a permanent slumber, because she'll be back again one day. Ah, but also more stability. All right, David McBrien, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good rest of your evening. And howdy, Grilizia, how's it going? The slumber makes her immortal. Just find her and move her somewhere else. Yeah, you know, or put her under like lock and key or something. So Monarch's Iron Choice. Monarch's Iron Choice is good, but I could use authority, but I need stability. So and I like having veto. Let's go ahead and end of the year. An invitation, a mercantile complaint, and a stage fright. All right, an invitation. Just downloaded the game and first time using Twitch? Well, welcome on in. Let's see, you have joined on the count side. There we go. Leaving the patricians with the fewest, once again. An invitation. Lord Patrician Ispera, Your Majesty, you absolutely must come down to the coast this year and experience the summer games for yourself. Is this going to be an opportunity for you to stab me for not letting you become a wizard? Call Glorb. I wish I could call Glorb. It is the only social event that matters. If you aren't in attendance, well, it would simply be a crime. Well, how could I say no? Oh, this is simply wonderful. It has been so long since a monarch attended the games. Last time, as I recall, they were assassinated. Oh. Oh. Not to worry, Your Majesty. I'm sure it won't happen to you. A mercantile complaint.
Your Majesty, the richest merchants in the East have bribed the counts to give them an exclusive charter. They now control all trade of silver and lumber, the East's most valuable goods. It's a monopoly, Your Majesty. They're scamming the public by fixing prices, pushing smaller traders like myself out of business. Something must be done.
Monopoly? It just sounds like good business. Demand that the Treasury get a taste of the bribes. Declare the exclusive charter null and void. Well, you know what? Monarch's golden choice. Declare the exclusive charter null and void. Get your monies here. Get your monies. Monies, monies, monies. A vote for C will get you monies. Quick question, chat. Nobles can play through Twitch without having to... yes, you can. It's just that you can't see, like, how much money you have and stuff like that. So you can still vote. You can still do the funding and all that. You just can't click the thing over here to see how much money you have and what your current goal is. Glad to see that money still talks. Voting has closed. Declare the exclusive charter null and void. You order soldiers to break up the monopoly, accompanied by an even more fearsome threat: lawyers. The charter is declared illegitimate. Many counts lose their investments. Some council wealth has decreased, and Defiance is now mutinous. Ooh, let's see, Counts seem to be doing pretty well for themselves still. Smaller traders in the east flourish once again, and prices return to a sensible level. The common folk rejoice. Stability is now steady, and trade can't go higher. It's a new game. It's a new game. Alright, stage fright. Let's see what's going on. Your Majesty, there have been some strange rumors regarding the Grand Theater recently built in the northern city of Fjell. People are saying that an unscheduled play is performed there at midnight, and that anyone who watches it will die 6 days later. Several deaths have already occurred. Sorry, did you say 6 days? Oh no. Rack Savage, you attended a midnight play.
By Morgana's cauldron, Your Majesty, I went and saw that midnight play out of idle curiosity. That was 5 days ago.
That was nice knowing you. What happened in the play?
There were only 3 actors, members of the daytime cast. They seemed to be in some kind of trance, like they were sleepwalking.
Why would you attend a creepy play? Yeah, I might be asking that next.
The story was a bit unclear. 2 of them were allies in a war. They captured the third in battle and then devoured him in some kind of morbid banquet. After that, I got scared, so I left the theater. Maybe that means I'll live?
Why would you attend this creepy play?
I'm a noble. I have nothing to do all day. All I have is time and money.
Lost her axe. Yep. Yeah, I think if you're not one of the paid people, then every time you join in the game, it'll remember your money, but it won't remember your appearance. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
It very much is something I'm worried about. Save me for Morgana's sake.
So we can send the monarch to watch a performance, raise the theater to the ground, send the High Inquisitor to perform an exorcism, or this is all just superstition and empty gossip. Well, I'm gonna veto send the monarch to watch the performance. No. No. Go to the play? No. Alright, B, C, or D? We only have a 40% chance of sending the exorcism to work, but it might be interesting. The Chiefs are the only ones with faith, so it might actually work for them. Howdy, Jim Von Cat. How's it going? Alright, looks like we're gonna perform an exorcism. Voting has closed. I will not let you down, Your Majesty. I'll take a full team of my best Inquisitors. When the High Inquisitor returns from Fjell, she looks exhausted, but triumph gleams in her eyes. Hey, it succeeded! In the name of your lost axe, deploy the exorcism! It was as I expected. A demon had made the theater its nesting ground and was possessing the actors. With holy water and incense and the ringing of sacred bells, we drove it away. Stability is now united, and faith is now steadfast in the north.
I'm still alive. Thank you, High Inquisitor. I can't believe my luck.
Oh, great. Defiance is now insolent. Uh-oh. Chief Rack Savage II died a week later by falling off a horse, but everyone agreed it probably wasn't demon-related. The horse seemed like a God-fearing beast. Well. Alright, let's end the season.
You said you had a surprise for me. Aye, and here it is. Behold! Your Greatness, what are you doing here at such an hour? I am sorry, I hope you didn't overhear any... Ha ha ha! Quit babbling, you scaredy cat. This isn't the monarch. It's a peasant who's the monarch's spitting image.
Yeah, no, it's not a puppet, though. Godspeed good. It's also not starring in a Genesis music video. And just in time, the Spymaster trusts us and we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the monarch and putting this fool in their place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom in utter chaos, bad enough that the monarch's abduction can slip past unnoticed. For the next stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. 4 or less. You're here 5 minutes and your horse kills you. Yep. But it was a good God-fearing beast. Alright, so you need to get stability down. Sounds tricksy, yeah. Alright, Ambition Spy Network, Wizard Troubles, and the Summer Games. Well, let's go to the Summer Games first. The Summer Games have begun. Your royal yacht glides into port at Thalassus. Anxious servants lay out the red carpet while shooing away seagulls. Oh there, your august majesty. Beautiful day, isn't it? Come with me, your carriage to the grand arena is waiting. Maybe not as difficult as accounts getting farming below 10 at any point. Yeah. Let's go. There must be thousands of people in the arena, peasants and patricians alike, but you have the best view in the house. As you step out and wave, the crowd chants your name. We have 2 different events that we could show you today, your esteemed highness. Which would you prefer to witness, a gladiator fight or a monster battle? Well, tell me more about the gladiator fight. 2 of the most fearsome fighters from across Celeste Ath will clash for the title of Golden Champion. No rules, no limits, cheating encouraged, blood and heartbreak guaranteed. Tell me about the monster battle. We've sailed the furthest oceans and delved the deepest jungles to bring back exotic beasts for our gladiators to fight. 1 human fighter's mettle will be tested against a creature from your nightmares. I made my decision. I positively shiver with anticipation, your esteemed highness. Man versus beast. It's time for a monster battle. It's time for a monster mash. Excellent choice, your serene highness. Allow me first to call forth today's brave or perhaps unfortunate human champion. Is this going to be my wife? Lord Patrician Ispera steps up to the podium, speaking into a bronze tube that projects his voice across the entire arena. Our gladiator today has undertaken the perilous journey from Artesh to be here, so let's give him a warm welcome. Oh, alright. It's not my wife. An ex-soldier who's been to interesting places, met interesting people, and killed them. He's come here today because the grand prize is a damn sight better than a veteran's pension. Give it up for Shaquille the Hawk! Out into the circle somersaults a small man. Despite his size, he moves with lithe confidence and wears little armor, his oiled skin gleaming in the sun. Ooh, so illy. In one hand, he grips a short-handled spear, and in the other, he holds a small circular shield. He points into the crowd, ruthlessly taunting the ugliest members of the front row. You like The Rock better. Lord Patrician Ispera turns his attention back to you. Right now, in cages beneath the arena floor, we have 3 different monsters that we could throw against your friend Shaquille the Hawk. A Skog, a Myrmidon, or a Sand Giant. But which should we choose? Why don't we let the monarch decide, since they've come to visit us all the way from the capital? The crowd hoots and hollers at this idea. Someone stands up and starts singing the national anthem, off-key. Yeah, you gotta get stability to 4, and it's not gonna happen. Shaquille the Hawk shall face the Skog. I want to see him fight a Myrmidon, or let's see how he fares against the Sand Giant. Is the ribbon holding my head on? No, it's just hiding a couple puncture marks, you know? Alright, so, what do we want? The Myrmidon? I have no idea what a Skog or a Myrmidon are. A Sand Giant at least sounds like something that I can picture. I know. I could roll a die. It's apparently a critter. If it were a Myrmidex, it would be some sort of ant-like creature. Alright. So, Shaquille the Hawk shall face the Skog. The dice have spoken. Ladies and gentle people, it's less a monster and more of a nuisance, but it was stealing all the arena's mops, and we wanted to teach it a lesson. Okay, so again, you could have made that clear. Some call them hordlings, some call them skogs, but I just call it a bloody pest. We know it can steal, but can it fight? Let's find out! The green-skinned little skog runs out into the arena, grinning as though already triumphant. Rolling his eyes, Shaquille the Hawk readies his spear. As Shaquille the Hawk drums up the crowd's support, Lord Patrician Espera turns to you with a gleam in his eye. Half the fun at the games is gambling. Why don't you go place a bet before the fight begins? What are the odds? These two are pretty evenly matched, but the favorite is Shaquille the Hawk. Bet on him and you'll only get your money back plus half. Skog is the underdog. A successful bet on it means you'll double your cash. Can you give me any insider tips? Oh, of course, for a small price. 100 gold? Never mind. Suit yourself. I'll place a bet. Why not? The bookies look distinctively nervous at that the monarch themselves is placing a bet, but they're also salivating at the sight of your gold. We'll just bet 100 gold. And on who will you place your 100 gold bet? Skog, you'll get 200 if it wins. That's a bit more than 50%. Oh, wait, no. That was, right, Shaquille the Hawk. The Skog. In that case, just to make things interesting, I'll bet on Shaquille the Hawk. Shall we begin? Alright, Kingdom Treasury is now 2350, and Lord Patrician Espera's wealth is also decreased. Alright. Order that Shaquille the Hawk be disarmed. I can do that. I can afford that, that defiance. But let the fight commence. The crowd roars and stamps until the entire Colosseum shudders. Shaquille the Hawk charges at the Skog while it just stands there and picks its nose. Alright, watching grim silence or cheer for the Skog? Fight, fight, fight! Let's cheer for the Skog. 25% chance. At first, Shaquille the Hawk can't hurt the Skog, who easily dodges his spear. Then at last, the spear strikes true, sending the Skog's head flying from its shoulders. Wait a second, I was cheering for the Skog. But the Skog doesn't bleed. Its body is made of some kind of spongy slime. It runs over to its decapitated head, places it back where it belongs, and the wound heals instantly. Ah, good. Good. The fight continues for some time, with the little Skog effortlessly regenerating from every injury. In the end, Shaquille the Hawk collapses from exhaustion, and the Skog is declared the winner while the crowd jeers and boos. Underdog, baby! And the winner is the Skog! Depths below, what rotten luck. Congratulations, your esteemed highness. Yay! I made money on it. Order the Skog be freed and given a small reward. What now? What just happened was disgusting. I'm going to ban the arena. Wow. Let's order that the Skog be freed and given a small reward. Are you sure, your serene highness? Gold is wasted on such a creature. Ah, well, I suppose they've earned it. I'll take care of it. And Lord Patrician Espera's wealth has decreased further. The next week of the Summer Games is packed with entertainment, athletic competitions, chariot races, copious amounts of wine, and above all, blood in the sand. On your journey back to the palace, you reflect that your attendance at the games has certainly helped cement the patrician support. Their defiance is now aloof. Alright. Wizard troubles up in the north.
More troubles in Skullheim, your highness. Ever since Pestia took up residence to train her apprentices, people have been getting sick.
I'll assemble the council.
Gods bless you, your greatness.
Alright, so we could assemble a militia to push her out. 15% chance. Compensate the chiefs for their losses and abandon Skullheim. Treasury and trade goes down. Gift Skullheim to Pestia permanently. Defiance goes up. Trade goes down. Wealth goes up. We'll treasury and wealth goes up. Let Pestia continue as she wishes. Wow. Wow. That's, Boy, these are like all bad options. That's like all bad options here. Pestia is a wizard of pestilence and disease. Defiance being low isn't bad for me, but I can't get Defiance low unless A works out. Like, C and D both increase Defiance. Which I don't really want. Like, with a 3 military, I'm not that worried about it, but I guess I'll take the Monarch's golden choice of assemble a militia to push her out. So go ahead and vote. If you like money, we'll go for that 15% chance. Yeah! Let's go for that critical hit D20 roll. C feels like the best idea. Yeah, but you know, I mean, maybe we'll be lucky. You like money and 800 is more? All right. We're trying it. All right, assemble a militia to push her out. And it failed. With your blessing, Chief Lizardanger II musters a force of brave warriors and heads to Skullheim to evict Pestia once and for all. It doesn't go well. The fighters are stricken with deadly illnesses before they even reach the outskirts of the town. Meanwhile, Lizardanger II is handed over to the Lady of Pestilence in chains by a gang of fearful peasants. Whoops. Your armies! It's said that he's kept on the edge of death at Pestia's bidding, stricken with a disease but unable to die. Punishment for daring to go against her. This is fine. Sickness continues to spread in Skullheim and beyond. It's not long before people start to die, and peasants stop going outside to avoid a similar fate. Chief Lizardanger II has died, Chief Lizardanger III has joined the council, and trade is now modest. Well, shucks. It takes months before Pestia abruptly departs. By then, Skullheim has become an accursed stain on northern maps. I mean, it would have reduced trade no matter what, so. Alright, Ambition Spy Network. Once again, my spies have embedded themselves in your nobles' courts. Hopefully they'll meet with more success this time around. Wait to hear if your spies can maintain their cover. Ooh. Ooh. 100%. A few more weeks pass. You wait anxiously for news of your spy's progress. One day your spy master appears at your desk, her face lit by a triumphant smirk. Wow, 100% chance. I'm shocked it worked. Good news, Your Majesty. Our spies have uncovered some of your nobles' darkest secrets. Did you know Count Gerlizia has an irrational fear of lemons? You do now. We even have a few illicit romances between the nobles and our generically attractive bards. The blackmail writes itself. You do, you do. Yes, Your Majesty, let it all out. A bout of insane laughter now and then is good for the soul. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. But we can't get complacent. We must see if our other spies are equally successful. Can you redeem a critical fumble? I thought I turned that off. Is that on? Let's go ahead and pause those redemptions. I thought I turned those off, though. Hold on. Yeah, it's off. All right. You could try. You could try, and I don't think it'll help. Over the next few weeks, your spies send back more and more positive reports. Soon, you've established a spy network throughout the entire kingdom. Will I be hired into my court as a gardener to ironically plant lemon trees? No, we're just going to serve lemonade at all of the council meetings. Just desperately hoping to make me fail. It's with a sense of smugness that you call your next council session. As the nobles file in, you realize you know all their secrets, their weaknesses, everything. Not lemonade! Listen, Your Greatness, I was thinking that taxes have been awfully high lately. Why don't we hold a vote on reducing them? No. I must have misheard you. I just called for a vote. Let's go. Chop, chop. Chief, can you come up here for a moment? I need a word in private. Chief, Jim Von Cat walks up to your throne, his face quizzical. Your spymaster leans over and whispers something in his ear, and he looks suddenly horrified. By the old gods, how did you know that? Only my mother knows about that. Sit down, Chief. If the monarch doesn't want to vote today, there will be no vote. Chief Jim Von Cat returns to his seat, trembling like a leaf. Never say chop chop to a queen. This is an outrage. The vote must go ahead. Hey, care for some lemonade? Ah! Leave me alone! I'll do whatever you say! Ah, about time. When you leave the council hall, the nobles are quiet. They know a new era has begun. An era of cooperation. Or else. Your wife meets you back at your chambers, your heir, Nicole II, in her arms. Exactly what I would have done, Nicole. Masterful work. Yes, Verona, but you would have messed it up really badly. That's true. This is where my reign really begins. Everyone who ever crossed me will pay. We should start teaching little Nicole II how to follow in my footsteps. When life gives you lemons, you scream like a little child. Good idea. After this, I get the feeling she'll be wearing a crown one day. That night, you sleep an untroubled sleep for the first time since you first sat on the throne. No matter their grievances, the nobles will never again dare to defy you. You simply need to mention, offhandedly, that you know what they did last winter, or that you know where they sleep at night. And the monarch is victorious. The counts celebrate their victory, and Nicole was venerated as a true hero of the East. But some whispered that the counts were losing control of their puppet as the monarch consolidated their power around their heir, Princess Nicole II. The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. Ever practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for the time to scheme once more. All that remained of the chief's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner, deep under the palace, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumor. Monarch Nicole ruled from the shadows, getting their way in the council with blackmail and threats. The nobles were terrified, but the peasants considered it a golden age. After 15 years of unquestioned rule, Monarch Nicole died peacefully in bed, and the nobles let out a collective sigh of relief. Another iron mask, yep. All right. So, game length, 3 years, 3 months. Spouse Herona of the Coast. Successor Queen Nicole II. Monarch Nicole the Cunning. Noble stats. Wealthiest noble, Farron II, with 11,400. Poorest noble, T-Virus, with 1,000. Well, you're welcome, Gnosis Doc. We're not done yet, though. I will be taking a short break to refill my water in a moment, though. And Kingdom stats. We got 5 authority. Your scepter's in the way there. Stability of 8, 2550 treasury. 410 5, 210 2, 226, 600, and 462. I am highly amused that the counts have just consistently been able to keep their trade and farming capped out, but the chiefs and the patricians just constantly are getting trashed on that front. The counts tend to succeed. Yeah, the counts are doing very, very well. The chiefs tend to fail. All right. But I am going to take a short break here. Step away to get some more water. And we will be back to see what Queen Nicole II can do for the queendom. Thanks for watching. For those on YouTube, we'll be back with the next episode. For those watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere because we will be right back.